The honourable member for Cape Breton Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Health and Wellness. Mr. Speaker, the standard measure of overcrowding in hospital emergency rooms is called NEDOCS. The measure gives emergency departments a score from 0 to 200, depending on the severity of overcrowding, where 0 is fine and 200 is dangerously overcrowded. We learned this morning that just a few days ago, the Halifax Infirmary Emergency Department had a NEDOCS score of 420. Remembering that 200 was dangerously overcrowded, we're now at 420. Does the minister believe that this number indicates a crisis in the patient flow of emergency rooms?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the member for raising this important question in the legislature. Mr. Speaker, of course we recognize both as government and our partners at the Health Authority and the EMCI that provide EHS services excuse me, recognize the pressures on our emergency departments, Mr. Speaker. That's why the partners have come together, Mr. Speaker, to work to identify solutions, Mr. Speaker, and those solutions are moving to action, Mr. Speaker, and we're looking forward to seeing improvements within that patient flow throughout our emergency departments.
The honourable member for Cape Breton Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sadly, you cannot deny the numbers, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this morning the Health Committee met. Members of the Health Committee and spoke with stakeholders from government, the Health Authority, EHS and the Paramedics Union. Because I live in Cape Breton, where ambulances sometimes come from as far away as Antigonish when responding to a call, I asked the paramedics what happens when a family member in cardiac arrest at home and you call for an ambulance. Terry Chapman of the IUOE told me, and I quote, "You wait with a person who will probably be non-living by the time the ambulance arrives." Mr. Speaker, I'd like to ask the minister, is it appropriate that people should expect to die because ambulances are backed up waiting to offload patients?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for noting the important topic that was brought forward to the Health Committee respecting ambulance offloads in emergency departments and how those delays, Mr. Speaker, that have been ongoing since I believe one of the witnesses referenced these issues starting around the mid-2000s that hadn't been addressed, Mr. Speaker, are being addressed. That our partners have been coming together, and we anticipate, Mr. Speaker, with the changes that have been identified and are in the process of being implemented, that we'll see those transfer times improve, have more ambulances out in the communities, Mr. Speaker, because they're spending less time transferring patients into the emergency departments.